Hi everyone, it's Rokai and you're watching season 2, episode 1, In My Time of Dying, Supernatural Review. If you're new here, I'm doing like a recap and review every single episode of Supernatural, and now we've reached season 2. Let's get into it. So season 2, new season, new budget. They're able to do more things, kind of, but we haven't seen it so far. I feel like we don't really see it this episode. So how they left off season 1 is they get hit by the car. And somehow Sam's still alive after getting hit by the car. And so Sam pulls the gun on the demon. And so then the demon leaves that person's body and that person calls 911. And so Sam is like kind of fine. Like he's totally fine. Like it seems like their dad's like, you know, really injured, but he'll be fine as well. Dean's the one who's like really suffering. And then Dean is kind of like a spirit, like kind of like a ghost. And so it's kind of interesting to see them. Like this is the first time we've seen them really as like the monster, as something abnormal. So it's kind of interesting to see that element. And I think they needed that because they just needed something else. They couldn't just have it be like Sam and the dad and what they were dealing with. Like they needed, you know, Dean there as well. And so it's kind of like, they kind of made it seem like Dean was going on a hunt where he's like hunting this thing when it's really just like a Reaper that's there that's going to take their lives, and the Reaper almost took his life. And then of course the Reaper manifests itself and pretends to be a girl. Now there's this girl character, and somehow this episode still has a saving the girl element to it. You think they would have learned from season 1, but no, this episode still hasn't. But it turns out it's not actually a girl, it's someone pretending. Well, it's the Reaper pretending. But actually, the Reaper say its name is Tessa? Because we actually see Tessa in later seasons. She's in a few episodes here and there. But I don't know if she actually, I think she does say she's Tessa. I don't know, I don't remember. Still, somehow there's like this like love interest, and it's smart that the Reaper, you know, pretended to be like a pretty girl because, you know, that's what Dean. And so it's kind of also interesting to see Dean and Sam use like an Ouija board. But, you know, it's crazy that he was able to, like, move the Ouija board and, like, knock a cup of water down. Like, why is he able to do that? And the Reaper was there trying to, like, you know, in the end was just like, you know, I'm not the monster, you're not fighting me. I'm trying to come to terms with your death. And, like, probably if what didn't happen would have led up to it, his death. Dean's death. But what also Bobby's in this episode too, so he is brought back. That is important to state. What ultimately their dad does is he makes a demon deal, which I am now realizing I thought there was an episode about demon deals in season 1, but there wasn't. But I remember there's like a demon deal episode, so that must be season 2. But what doesn't make sense is why that wasn't before this episode, like why that wasn't in season 1, because we don't understand yet. As your first time watching the show, you don't understand what happened. Like you never heard of like demon deals before and don't understand how they work, so you're confused. Because then you would understand like, oh, demon deals, like it's like 10 years and then you go to hell. And so what their dad did was kind of like right away, he would die, and then kind of what happens at the end of season 2, Dean has a year. So it's kind of crazy they didn't introduce demon deals beforehand, and maybe the writers wish they did because they maybe didn't realize this was the path they were going to go, but they wanted something where it would like take out their dad. But in the end, I feel like when you get down to the nitty-gritty, like I don't know if it makes sense in the end that like their dad would just die. Like he would give up his life for his sons. Like, you know, I think he would find another way or like make a deal so he lives longer. Just like he's just like sacrificing, and like he still hasn't ended the demon. So like it just, in the end, like I feel like you know, we see this throughout the series, and I don't know if we've seen it so far, only in season 1, but you know, Sam and Dean sacrifice themselves for each other. This is something that like Sam would do for Dean, where he would be like, I would die. Well, actually, this is what Dean does for Sam at the end of season 2, and spoiler there. But it's just something that like doesn't feel like makes sense for their dad to do for them because of how he treats them. Maybe like it's something that is true and that's what he does, and this is obviously where Dean got the idea for what to do with Sam. So, but that's kind of where the episode leads, is their dad dying. And it kind of, you know, starts up the season where like, you know, the beginning of the season when their dad was missing and now their dad's dead, and how that's going to affect them. And also in the first episode of season 1, like, not only the mom died, because technically then it was like 20 years later or whatever, but like Sam's girlfriend died at the beginning of the episode. So we kind of seen how they already dealt with death, and we're going to see it a little bit in season 2, more so how they deal with this stuff. But obviously the writers needed something different. They needed, you know, again, it's about the brothers, so like a character like their dad now with them kind of gets in the way. So they needed something that would kill off their dad, but it's like, it has to be like, I don't know if it makes sense that the demons kill them. Like, I think they want to go a sacrifice way, even though I feel like they could have gone the way where it was like their dad was just killed by the demon, because they already had it out for this demon. So like, I don't know why they didn't go that way, because I just still am skeptical about the sacrifice thing. But maybe they did want to bring up demon deals in some way, and so this was, I don't know, I'm still skeptical of it all, you know? Anyway, that's the first episode of season 2, and I'm really excited to watch the rest of the season. So I hope you guys follow along, but, you know, comment below. Thank you guys for watching, like, comment, subscribe, and bye.